Hello and welcome to the Should You Buy for the Vapor Eagle. We're going to take a look at the mech, its stats, its hardpoint locations, and possible hitboxes based on the concept art, and whether or not you should buy it. So this is a little delayed getting out there, as the night that this was announced, there was a thunderstorm above my house, and I was worried, one, that I was going to lose power, and two, that I wouldn't be able to edit out the thunder cracks from my audio. So that is why it's late. The sky is sunny again and the storm has passed. But now it is time to talk about this mech. We have a new clan medium, and in a weight class that we don't have very many yet. So let's go take a look at the mech here. Of course, starting off with the packs and their costs, very standard. The standard pack is $20, with the collector's pack being $40. The packs come with 3 mechs, the 1, 2, and the 3, with the collector's pack being a special variant of the 1. Now, this is a battle mech, so you're not able to swap around omnipods. So the 1 is just whatever builds it can do. It's not like a, like a Stormcrow or something that would be able to be super versatile, but the 1 is actually a decent variant and has several good options. And I did the most of my theory crafting on the 1 in particular. We also have a mech bays to hold them, premium time at 30 and 60 days, various items and cockpit stuff that is interesting as well. We've got the hero add-on for $15 for the rival and a mech bay, and the reinforcements add-on for $15 for the 4 and the A. We're going to take a look at the hero and the reinforcements to see how they differ from the standard pack, whether or not those particular ones would be super meta, and then discuss it. Going down here, we have the ultimate pack for $70, which is just everything all added together, and I'll say this again, it'd be nice if it was $5 or $10 off, and that's all it would require, just to say, hey, if you get everything at once, there's an additional $5 off as a special bonus, as you could get everything a la carte up here, and get to the same price. Just $5, that's all. Just allow us to save $5 by getting everything at once, and that'll be great. If you pre-order before August 31st, you will receive the various early adopter rewards, including cockpit items, the polygon pattern, some new decals, some colors, and in-game currency to modify them. Going down to the mech specs, let me position this correctly, we have a 55-ton clan battle mech. As we see, we have the max engine rating, and this is hardpoints and not omnipods. That is nice. This is the first, no, not the first, it's the second 55-ton clan medium in the game. Wait, no, it's the third one. The Black Lantern was there. But this one actually has a bunch of hardpoint space, where the Black Lantern has a huge engine, and it's an Omni, so it's fixed, and it's a mask and all that kind of stuff, and that's what it is. This mech can change around that and actually be a lot of firepower. As we have a max engine rating of 400, 6 jump jets across all the variants, ECM capability, there's nothing on this mech, but yes to mask on the hero. Well, let's pop over to the Spreadsheet Warrior and take a look at the different engines that you could use for this and the resulting pod space that they will have. So the Vapor Eagle is a 55-ton in its clan, so therefore you're guaranteed to use an XL, because if you didn't use an XL, what you doing? It's clan. They can lose their side torso and keep going. And then these are the major engine breakpoints throughout its range of engines. So the 255 is the same weight but higher rating as the 250, and the 280 is the same weight but higher rating as the 275, and then the rest of the engine breakpoints for heat sinks, for the internal heat sinks, going up from there. We have the range of this thing. If you put a max engine into it, and you can because it's an XL, you're not going to have very much pod space, but you can put it in there. You're going to have 126.7 kph. If you do that on the hero and add in mask, holy crap, you're going to be going like 150 or something stupid. So you can actually get this thing going super duper fast if you wish, and you can do that. Although the majority of my builds that I'm going to be talking about today are going to be using the XL280, 300, and 325. That sort of range. I feel that a 55 tonner, if you have good prediction skills, you know where the battle is going to go. You don't need a really fast engine to be reactionatory to the fight, if that isn't even a word. 80 to 90 kph is enough. If you predict the movements, you can get into position before you're required. You don't need to be a light that's going, oh, I have 150 kph. Something's happened, I'm just going to react and adapt to the situation. This is going to be enough. Plus, you get a ton of pod space out of this. The XL280, which is a pretty ubiquitous engine size, gives us a total of 28.36 pod space with Endo and Ferro. Thankfully, they're clan Endo and Ferro, so we still have a lot of available slots in order to put on a decent build. The XL380 gives us 26.86 tons, which, of course, these will be rounded up. This will be 28.5, this will be 27, because you'll shave a little bit off of the legs and the head, sort of thing. If we head over to OmniMech, if you remember that, 28.5 and 27, this is actually very similar. Oh, I have to scroll out a little bit here. To the amount of pod space that is on the Timberwolf at 27.5, or the Ebon Jaguar at 28.5, and it's more than the Hellbringer at 23.5. So this medium actually has a lot of pod space to work with. It beats out the Stormcrow, which is its direct competitor at 55 tons. It's only having 23 because it has the fixed engine. And if I head back to BattleMech Theorycrafting, that's what I want to do. In order to get that, we have to take the larger engine size, the 325. If we go back to the sheet here, they all come with 330s. So if you design around that 330, which is just like the Stormcrow, you'll be fine. But if you choose to drop that engine, you can get up to heavy mech level pod space on this thing, which is what I did. A majority of my builds are using the XL280, and I actually used the Ebon Jaguar as a template to do my Theorycrafting, and it worked quite well. Basically, any build that you can fit onto a Ebon Jaguar or a Timberwolf or a Stormcrow that you enjoy and has equivalent hardpoints to one of the Vapor Eagle's variants, you can run on the Vapor Eagle. So that's quite nice. But let's head back to the mech specs here. Take a look at the different variants and their hardpoints. I've got my cheat sheet in front of me. We've got the VGL-1 with a total of 4 energy. 1 in the left torso, 2 in the right torso, 1 in the right arm. 4 ballistic, 3 in the left arm, 1 in the left torso, and 2 missile. 1 in each torso. Now, important to note, you can also get almost a whole ton, a 0.94 of a ton, if you shave an arm completely. So, for example, if you decided that you weren't going to use these 3 ballistic for some reason, you could theoretically do like a 4 energy, 2 missile build and shave this arm and get an extra ton. So that would put your XL280 weight from 28.5 to 29.5. Very nice. So some different builds that I've done on this, and they've all shaved an arm to be able to do it, is... Oh, jeez, I accidentally pressed back. There we go. We got 2 UAC-10s, 4.5 tons of ammo. We'll be putting these UAC-10s in the left arm and the left torso. We got 3 ER medium lasers that are going in the torsos, shaving this right arm, and 12 double heatsinks. It's a standard mid-range DACA build with a pair of UAC-10s. We can also do triple UAC-5 with 5.5 tons of ammo, triple ER medium lasers. Same loadout, you're just putting 2 UAC-5s in the arm and 1 in the torso. 2 heavy large lasers, 2 ER mediums, and in the right, left torso and the arm, with a single ballistic of the Gauss in the left torso, 2.5 tons of ammo, 15 double heat sinks, and shaving the left arm. And the last sort of trial build we've got here is 4 medium pulse lasers, of course in the energy hardpoints, and then 2 ATM-12s, 1 on each side torso, with 5.5 tons of ammo, 12 DHS, and we're shaving down the left ballistic arm. Now keep in mind that all these builds are designed to be sort of like my playstyle, a bit slower, a bit more firepower at longer range. That's when I tend to play these days. You could definitely drop some of these weaponry, change it out for a smaller caliber or something like that, and up your engine. And I haven't put any jump jets on these particular designs. You could trade out like a single double heatsink for a couple jets just to give you that little bit of mobility. Or if you want, you could drop a whole weapon system and have your 6 jump jets and be able to fly around the map like crazy. It's up to you, basically. The ATM design specifically would probably be nice to have some jump jets on, because ATMs, you only need that minimum of 120 meters, which means that if you are if there's cover between you and your opponent, most of the time, by just jump jetting up and getting a lock, you're going to be over 120 meters away from them, and then you can just launch a whole bunch of ATMs and then fall back into cover, because they have a very flat trajectory. They'll just go straight into their opponent right there, and nice and close, and it works well. The VGL-2, we have got more of a ballistic variant, as we have 5 ballistics. We have 3 in the arm, 2 in the left torso, 3, and then just 2 energy. 2 energy, 1 in the arm, 1 in the right torso, right there. More of a mass ballistics design. You can do the triple UAC 5 design as well from the previous one if you wish. But because we have more, we can do things like, say, 4 UAC 2s. We can do 5 machine guns and 2 ERPPCs with some jump jets, DHS, and a larger engine. There's some options there. It maybe doesn't have the level of ballistics, the pod space required for super mass ballistics like the Direwolf and such like that, but you can still get away with the 4 UAC 2 design, some combination of 5s and 10s, whatever you wish. Into the VGL-3, we have 4 energy and 3 missile. The 4 energy are 1 in the left torso, 2 in the right torso, 1 in the right arm, and 3 missile. 1 in the left arm, 1 in the left torso, 1 in the right torso. It's sort of an interesting brawl design on this one. I put in an XL325. We got 4 medium pulse lasers and 3 Artemis 6s with 4 tons of ammo, 15 double heat sinks, although you can shave some of those if you want to get some jump jets, give it that little bit of extra mobility. It would be really fast. It would be like your 90-something kph and have a pretty good hit. I think it would be a decent brawler. Also, you can do a mid-range fire support. Of course, you can LRM on this mech because you have the 3 missile to be able to do it. We have, say, 4 ER mediums, 3 ATM-9s with 5.5 tons of ammo, 14 double heat sinks, and that's with the XL280 again. So, a decent little mid-range missile-based design. It's pretty good. Moving on to the reinforcements, we have the VGL-4, which is the energy variant. We have a total of 7 energy, 3 in the left arm, 4 in the right arm, and 2 missile, 1 in each side torso. So this one, you can do your energy vomit if you wish. You can do the 2 heavy large lasers, 6 ER mediums, 20 double heat sinks, XL 325, although you can probably make it fit with the 330 that it comes with, if you wish. You can do, as well, the missile support. Probably not SRMs, because you kind of need like at least 3 missiles to do SRMs, as you need that amount to make it work. But you could do things like 6 ER mediums and a pair of LARM 20s, 5.5 tons of ammo, 15 double heat sinks, and be a mid-range LRM fire support mech. It works. To the VGL-A, we have 2 energy. We've got 1 in the right torso, 1 in the left torso, 4 missile, 2 in each arm, and 1 ballistic, 1 in the left torso. This one, we can actually do a little bit of brawl. We're starting to get the higher missile counts, so mass SRM are really starting to come into play here. So 4 Artemis 6s, plus an LB-10, with 5 ammo for the 6s, and 2.5 tons for the LB-10, 11 double heat sinks, that's the XL280. You know, it's a pretty decent brawler. It's like a, I don't know, mini Orion 2C in that feeling. The Orion 2C is typically like 4 Artemis 6s and an LB-20. This is 4 Artemis 6s and an LB-10, so it's pretty close. And for a medium, it should brawl pretty well. You could also do mass fire support if you wish. You can do like 2 ER medium lasers, like 4 alarm 15s, so 7.5 tons of ammo, 10 double heat sinks, active probe, and then you can choose whether or not you want a faster engine with that or a slower engine, and you get Artemis as well. So that's fun. Mass LRMs, that's a great thing to add to the game. Sarcasm is dripping from my voice. Moving on to the last one here, the Hero. This one has the mask, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be a 2-ton mask. Should be right. Yeah, mask Mark II. Which you can remove because it is a battle mech, so don't worry about that. You can take it off if you don't want to have it, but mask makes you go super fast, which is quite nice. It has 2 energy, 2 in the right arm, 3 ballistic, 3 in the left arm, and 1 missile in the right torso. Now, 1 missile isn't really enough to do anything with. You could theoretically do like a single ATM-12 or a single LRM-20, and those would work. But a single SRM-6, yeah, that's just not worth it. If this was Inner Sphere and we could have MRMs, a single MERM-40 is actually worthwhile. But yeah, otherwise I think I'm pretty much ignoring the missile on this and just going with the energy and the ballistic. You can do some of the similar builds like you had done back in the VG1 and the 2 with, say, triple UAC 5s in that arm, 2 ER medium lasers, 5.5 tons of ammo, 10 double heat sinks. Or, same thing, you can take that triple 5s and make it into 2 10s with the same backup weapons and ammo and heatsink capacity. Overall, I think that there is a decent variety with these. We've got, some good ballistic energy combos. We start to get into a missile combo with the 3. We go full energy with the 4 and full missile with the A. So that's sort of where these are different than their standard pack equivalents. If you want to go full energy on these or full missile on these. And then the rival, I have some issues with it. I don't know. It just feels like it lacks like a hardpoint or 2. If it had 1 more energy, that'd be nice. But you're still going to make things work on it. Like you can do a pair of heavy large lasers and a ballistic of something. Sure. It's just, I don't know. The builds that I like to run, I would love to have 1 more energy on this. And it would be, yeah, this is great. But, oh well. It'll be fine. There's some designs on it that will kick butt. We'll take a look at the mechs concept art here and talk about where these hardpoints will be and such, as this mech is very, very vertical. Like, it's a nice humanoid-shaped body. It doesn't have any bulbous sections to it like missile pods that are sticking out and such. Don't know if these shoulder little mounts here will disappear or not, if you have missiles or not there. But this feels like a scaled up Arctic Cheetah in that sense, which is good. What you want to do when you have a mech that has some torso twist is tall, vertical hitboxes, because that makes it so that you can torso twist easier and spread the damage. If your hitbox is like fat and wide, an opponent can hold still, and you torso twisting means that you don't actually move their attack off your hitbox. But here, like this line here is probably the designation of which center. And so that center torso is actually fairly vertical and compact. The side torsos are probably here. This is definitely arm. So I really like the hitboxes on this thing. I think with some good piloting, this thing's going to be tanky as hell. We take a look at the hardpoint locations. While the cockpit is right at the top and there's nothing above the cockpit, things aren't too terribly low. They're not down like crotch level or anything like that. Of course, his arms are drooping, but hopefully when he picks those up, that these arm hardpoints are the same as these lower hardpoints, which you only have to expose maybe the top third of your mech in order to fire on the enemy. That's fine. You can also probably shunt things up to the top using a small laser here to push a PPC up top if you wish to do that. So overall, I think that this mech is going to be pretty good. It's going to be very customizable. Only downside is a couple of the variants are sort of awkward hard points with, say, the hero just, I feel, lacks a little bit. It'll be functional, but just personal style lacks a little bit. The VGL-2 5 ballistic is kind of hard on a mech that doesn't have the ability to take, say, 5 UAC 2s. It just doesn't have the weight for it. But the rest of the variants are quite good. The VGL-1, which is the one you would get from the collector's pack, I feel, which we'll take a look at the camo for it here. I feel this one will be functional, very functional. It's got several builds that I could theorycraft for it that have different play styles of peak snipe or mid-range DACA or long-range support, all that kind of stuff. I like this mech. I think it's going to perform well. And that is my opinion on it, and that is whether or not, well, you should buy it is entirely up to you. So take everything I've said here with a grain of salt, go through it for yourself, and make the decision whether or not you should buy it. But that is going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.